Aye.
Aye. Okay. Time is, 7:10. Procedural issues, recording of this meeting will be made. It shall be kept for 30 days for public record. Stand for the pledge of allegiance. Mr. Shevlin, would you please conduct?
Sure. Okay. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. I'm here, Mario's here, Adrian's here, Sunny's here, Dwayne's here, and Alexia is not. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda.
Okay,
I'll second that.
second by Hepburn, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes. Reports and communications. Music presentation, Mr. Clausen.
Right now?
Yes, sir, you're up.
I love it. I was asked to fill 5 minutes. If I go an hour, please forgive me.
Oh, you have to plug it.
Nope.
Yeah.
All up there. There we go. All righty. I was asked to come tonight to talk about the music department at Rosemont High School, which I'm very excited and happy to do because I'm excited about what's happening with music at the high school. We now have band, choir, strings, and studio recording class. Those are my classes. And let's see, I put a little thing on there. I've been at Rosemont High since the fall of 2018. Those are not my birth and death years, please. I want to start with studio recording real quick. It's our future CTE class. I'm in the process of getting my CTE credential. Should be done by the end of this semester, which means next fall could be a CTE class. Very excited about that. It is our 3rd year with this class. We started it during the lockdown when everyone was at home on Zoom. My principal said, we got to, expand what we can offer the students. And so we brainstormed on a few things and we wound up with studio recording, which is a passion of mine. As I said, I'm close to earning my CTE credential. This opens up a lot of possibilities as far as, CTE being added to the resume of the school. And from what I understand, and I might be a little fuzzy on this concept, I'm still learning, but if it's a CTE class, we might be able to offer a 1st year and a 2nd year. And I think, am I right? They call it content and career. So the 1st year is like an introduction to the concept. And if the kids latch onto it, if it's something they're really passionate about, then they can come back for an advanced year where we focus more on, let's make this a career for you. And that's the beauty. And that's really why I did this. I didn't do it just because it's fun for me, but I want to give the students a little hope for some income generating possibilities so they can take these skills they're learning and they can either do it as a hobby out of their home or even build it into a career. So that's what I want to do, provide students with options beyond high school. The district has been very generous with their funding this year. I think it's been more than $70,000 you guys have given. We have been able to get everything from the ground up. New desks, chairs. We got computers, monitors, keyboards, mice, headphones, microphones, interface instruments, DAW, that stands for Digital Audio Workstation. Every student is going to have access to Pro Tools, a professional recording and editing software, cables, acoustic treatment, enclosures, etc. It's been a tremendous blessing to have been the benefactor of all this. It's beautiful. I love it. And that shows that you are invested in the future of the class, and I appreciate that. A bigger room would be helpful. The room we're in right now is super tight. It's not the room I wanted, but we're making do with what we've got. I know what I'd like to do is host an open house toward the end of the semester. Once everything is up and running, I was just talking to Mr. Wexler about getting Wi-Fi and all the things we have to do for that. So once everything is up and running and fully functional and the students are well-versed in what we're doing, I'd love to have an open house, invite you all, invite the district to come by and see what we're doing there. That'd be great. Varsity band. Why do I call it varsity band? Because I'm hoping someday to have a junior varsity band. As the school grows, as the area grows, you guys know Rosamond is on the beginning of a population boom. We're growing here. And that means more students. That means more musicians. So I'm hoping someday we'll have a varsity band and a JV band, which would be a beginning band. What we've been able to do this year so far, we've done our traditional football shows. We do a halftime show this year. We featured music from the Beatles. We've participated in several parades in the area. We have 2 concerts coming up. Our winter showcase, it's not a Christmas, I don't do a Christmas concert because there's a ton of Christmas concerts out there. So instead of that, we do what I call a winter showcase, in which we showcase the repertoire that the instrumentalists, the students have been working on during the fall semester. So the winter showcase will have a little bit of football, a little bit of Halloween, a little bit of Christmas, and that's this coming a week from this Friday, January 27th at 7 p.m. in the gymnasium. You're all invited, of course. And then our spring concert will be in late May, and we'll send out invitations for that as well. Did you guys get an email on that? Okay, super. So when I send an email to SKUSD, that goes to everybody, right? Okay, great. And in band, again, this year we're participating in Kern County Honor Band. Okay, so one of our student musicians, Joshua Moran, plays baritone sax. I think he's a bit of a savant. The kid can pick up anything and in 5 minutes play it. He's just really great. So he's participating in Honor Band in Bakersfield. And we're still recovering from the COVID-19 lockdown. It really hurt. And not just our music program. Music programs across the nation were really hurting from the COVID lockdown. Because what do you do with band when everybody's at home individually? You know, it really crippled us. And we're still, and I think our seniors are a little bit still emotionally gummed up over that. But the younger kids, the freshmen, sophomore, they have more of an eagerness, more of excitement about the program. So I can only see that we're going to be growing as we come out of this. And then we have choir. I'm so excited. You know what? I used to teach music appreciation. I had a great meeting with Superintendent Gaines. She said, "Oh, let's get rid of that. What else can we do? Let's do choir. Let's do strings." So very exciting. We have a choir this year. Our choir grew this semester, which means last semester they were chalking it up amongst their friends. So we got 3 more kids this semester. Half of the choir, next slide. Whoop, okay, we're back. I said that part. We haven't had a choir since I've been there. And I've been there since 2018. So I'm very excited to have a choir again. And half of the choir is involved in Kern County Honor Chorus. So the Kern County Honor Group's thing is band, strings, and choir. And again, the choir is going to be participating in both of our concerts. Very exciting. They're excited to actually sing because they've been working so hard. Great kids, great attitudes, and like I said, the choir is growing and very excited. I think we have 14 this semester. And then we have strings, our budding orchestra. I tell people we're planting the seeds of an orchestra. Okay, and this year we have, this semester, we have 5 violinists, 2 viola players, 2 cellos, and a bass. And I told them just today how proud I was of them. I have 1 violin player with previous experience. He's been playing for 3 years, and he's amazing. Everybody else started from nothing. Like if I put a violin in your hands, what do I do with this, right? They have come so far, so fast. And they're going to be participating in the concert. Not a lot. They're just beginners. But they're going, I do, the one violinist I mentioned, he is playing in the Kern County on an orchestra. It's great. But they're going to be playing in the Winter Showcase in the spring concert. Like I said, not a lot. They're going to play on 2 songs. I'm very excited about that. The finale of our concert is called Christmas Finale, and it features the band, the strings, and the choir all together. Very excited. Excuse me. So, have I filled up 5 minutes?
You're fine.
Okay, I'm wrapping it up. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you for your support, both financially and emotionally. Again, the concert's coming up. I'm very excited about it because, since I've been at RHS, I've just had band. But now I have band, choir, and strings. I'm very excited. I love teaching at RHS, and I love the kids, and thank you very much.
Good job, Mr. Clausen. Thank you. And just to let you know that you're hoping that kids at the studio side, you're hoping that they will move on. Well, I can tell you there are a lot of jobs out there, not just in recording studios, but you have television has their own audio, you have radio stations.
Oh, yeah.
They can use the talent that's out there. And then there's one other that nobody ever thinks about, and that is the technical side. You have engineers, sound engineers, of which I am one. And those, so forth. I designed photo labs, but I also designed TV stations, radio stations, and a lot of recordings for the Department of Defense. So I know what it is, so keep on it because there are jobs for them.
You betcha. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna move on to B, reclassification awards. Mrs. Gaines?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Vincelet. Our English learners who, some of them have been in the district for many years, some of them may be new to our district, they have to complete an additional coursework, which is ELD, English Language Development. And it's not easy for them. Oftentimes, they struggle because they might be fluent in Spanish or another English. And so when they go through the ELD program year after year, they have to improve their comprehension. They have to, their listening and speaking and writing skills are all the focus of being an accomplished English learner, to the point where your grades, your state tests, your scores on the LPAC, which is the state test that they complete every year, in addition to the CASP, sort of defines how well they're doing in the English language. And so this year, at this point in the school year, we're very excited to reclassify 24 of our English learners in the district. And I want to give a shout out to our Director of Special Programs, Miss Noemi Herrera, who works really, really hard all year long in assessing the students, monitoring their growth, making sure they're in a designated class at the secondary level, and making sure that they're also getting their ELD structured time at the primaries, at the elementary schools. Without her, I don't think we would be reclassifying 24 students today. So unfortunately, not all of them are here, but I do believe we have a few here. And I will make sure that Mrs. Herrera gets the certificates to our other students. So board members, would you like to join me up front and to shake the hands of these students who we believe may be here? And students and parents, forgive me if I mispronounce. I'm going to do my very best. At this time, I'd like to call up Mr. Brandon Torres Benavides.
Congratulations.
Good work.
Okay, good.
And Brandon, what grade are you in?
Congratulations. What grade are you in?
Third.
Third.
Third grade. Awesome job. Awesome job. Our next reclassified student is Daniel Alameda. Daniel, what grade are you in? Sixth grade. Awesome.
Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Okay, and our third student is Sasmika Sangaralingam. Help me out. What's the proper pronunciation? Sasmika Sangaralingam. Sangaralingam. Okay, and what grade are you in? Third grade. All right, congratulations. Do we have any other students that are reclassified that I didn't call your name? Thank you. We'll make sure the rest of the students.
Next up is, anybody from RTA here? No. CSEA? And since Alexi's not here, we'll move on to Mr. Urban.
All right, thanks everyone for showing up today. Is that better? Okay. Last week, the governor did the January proposal for next year's state budget. So the last week or so, been going through that. Superintendent Gaines and myself went up to the Sacramento area over the weekend to a 2-day training with state fiscal experts and several panel discussions with folks that help make decisions in Sacramento to get further insight into what the state budget appears to be for next year. Tomorrow I'll be in Long Beach to go to a workshop going over the budget with school services, who do a lot of, their focus is school and primarily the fiscal side of school. So we can try and gain some insight into what next year is going to look like. Construction at Tropico started right after the break process, or it's going to be a long process, but phase one is underway. So we're a couple weeks away from hopefully having that piece of everything done and all the work by the cafeteria being pushed further away from the classrooms over there. Looking forward to getting underway with more design and drawing stuff for RES. The UPK project, as well as, depending on the board approval tonight, possibly moving forward with looking at funding for West Park to expand UPK over here. One item for consent for the board. I'm gonna ask if you guys can table item J in the consent. It's a contract for services with Teltech at the high school for alarm stuff. Talking to a director of facilities and assistant director of facilities, they raised some questions between the board agenda going out and today. So, you know, we can get some of their questions addressed. I think it would behoove the district. Um, That is it for me.
You said that was J under the consent items?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna table that. All right. Okay, Assistant Superintendent Instruction and Curriculum, Ms. Lacy.
I would like to let everyone know that I registered about 30 or so, probably a little bit more than that, teachers for Avid Winter workshops. The workshops this session over the next few months, so January, February, March, I believe April. They are focusing on two different workshops on focus note taking for Avid, and then there's also two workshops. One a Socratic seminar on Socratic seminars for elementary, and one for secondary. Socratic seminars are an amazing instructional strategy that the teachers can use within their classroom. It really something that they are reading and for reading or for history, science, whatever they would like. It really gets a group of students really focused on interacting with each other on the information, and it's just a fabulous learning strategy. So we do have already 30 or so teachers that have gotten registered for those trainings already, those workshops. I sent out a reminder today to see if anybody else would like to sign up, and I'll get them also registered. We usually have a pretty good showing of our teachers that are attending those regional workshops for Avid. Today, I went out to Roseman High School this morning for my monthly Ed Services site visit. We talked a lot about the review of the first semester grades, grade data, and how Mr. Bajnath plans to use that with his school site, and to help improve the instructional strategies and different things. So he has some great ideas that he's going to be implementing at his school site. So I was excited to hear that. We also just talked about our normal things, which is Avid, school site council, leadership, and I'll be visiting Roseman Elementary School tomorrow, and then going to West Park on Friday for their monthly visits as well. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Associate Superintendent of Human Resources, Mrs. Hargis.
Good evening, everybody, and congratulations to our students that received their awards. So keep working hard. Our calendar committee is going to have its first meeting next Wednesday, January 25th at 3 o'clock in the boardroom. So hopefully we'll be bringing that calendar to you probably towards the maybe the end of February, first part of March for approval for next year. I started meeting with all of our permit teachers and permit and second year intern teachers to make sure that they're on track to where they need to be for next year. We're also looking towards the 23-24 school year, looking for any type of openings. We're going to be working with RTA to, figure out retirements and that kind of any potential openings that we might have. We'd like to be able to hire early any positions that we do have open, because we are competing with, other districts within, the Antelope Valley. So we want to make sure that we get on that early. And that is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hargis. Superintendent's report, Ms. King.
Well, good evening to everyone, and thank you, parents, for coming out this evening with your children. We really appreciate it, and congratulations again on their achievement. Next week, as a district, Southern Current celebrates the Great Kindness Challenge, and this will be district-wide at all 6 of our sites. And I've heard from our principals many of the activities that they have planned for the kids next week. And I can't stress enough how important this next week is, because As you hear parents, I know you get a lot of calls from your site administrators talking about zero tolerance. We're really trying to send a message out to our students that they are each a part of a learning community. Southern Kern is a learning community, and they need to respect. They may not all like each other, but they need to respect each other. And so next week, I hope that our students not only learn how to be kind with their classmates, but also with their staff members, their teachers and their administrators, but they also, I'm looking forward to hearing from the parents if some of those kindness mannerisms that they learn next week and incorporate into their daily classroom are also brought home. So parents will have to let me know if your children are exuding really great kindness behaviors next week. I also want to thank all of the parents because in December, we saw an increase in attendance at each and every site. November, I was a little worried. Attendance sort of took a dive in November, but in December, every site had an improved attendance. And we know that it's important for our children to be here so they can learn. It's very difficult to learn when a child has excessive absences. And I know there's still a little trickle of COVID out there, but I really appreciate the parents and getting your child here every single day. Our goal is to always improve student learning at Southern Kern. And I just want to say that, I'm looking forward to all the different activities coming up this semester, including the music concerts. And our kids are doing some phenomenal things at each and every site. And kudos to the site admin and the teachers for making all of that happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Gaines. Board member communications. We'll start from this end. Sunny.
Oh, you're the next turn. That and all the way over there. Oh my goodness.
I gotta check. I
Oh,
can't keep.
it's
I can't
okay.
keep picking
Hello,
on for you.
everybody. How are you guys doing? I really enjoyed your presentation.
Thank you.
I was planning on taking my kids to the concert Friday the 27th at 7 p.m. in the gym, free, right? I did have a question though, in regards to the studio production. Are you teaching them to kind of like produce? Are they making beats in there? Like what is happening over there?
They're learning, first of all, how to record, what equipment to use. Then we're learning how to edit what you have recorded using EQ, compression, saturation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then editing for mastering, to send it out for mastering. So that's primarily music. As far as each student is gonna have a project by the end of the semester. And if they wanna do hip hop or rap or rock or country or folk, that's up to them. They'll also have the option to do a spoken word thing, like if they want to do a podcast or a chapter of a book as an audiobook, that sort of thing. But no, they're not just making beats.
Well, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Have you partnered them up with any of your students? Like, hey, let's get some of your music down, or?
I sent out an email to the campus asking for student and staff musicians, and I kind of started building a database. So when they're ready to record, we can invite them to come in. Another thing I do is I bring in guest speakers from off campus, people who are in that world, to come and talk to the kids and take questions and be encouraging.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
That's a good time. I was here yesterday? We had awards yesterday, right? Dr. Bolton, what's today? Wednesday? Yes, so I was on campus here yesterday for the awards. I've only had the kindergartner and she's doing really good. I'm fighting for that perfect attendance for the year, going for it. Yeah, and it's really hard. Like it's hard to get your kids up. You got to make sure they slept. You got to get here on time. But it's all in my favor right now, so I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, I'm looking forward to the rest of the school year. It's really cold right now. It's really, really cold, so dress warm. Kids who only want to wear sweatshirts, I just don't get it. Like, come on, you have coats, wear them. They don't want to wear their coats. It's fashionable to be warm, I promise. That's all I have.
Okay, Mario?
Want to congratulate the kids who reclassified. That's really neat to see you guys have two languages. It'll benefit you really big later in life. Glad to see people in the audience. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario. Dwayne?
Well, congratulations to all the, what are they, reclassified learners is what we say? Okay, I forgot in the last 5 minutes. Reclassified learners. Also, I want to say thank you and congratulations, and I have very much appreciation for Mr. B, because from looking at our high school from a year ago to today, it's absolutely amazing what has changed. I mean, I stood in the center of the quad on the first day back from Christmas break when usually schools are like jungles and kids are all running around because they miss their friends. And I could actually, for the first time at Rosemont High School, have a conversation with somebody in the center quad and be able to hear them without having to raise my voice or, what'd you say? And that was nice. And to see that our library there is finally fully stocked and has books in it that kids can go and pick out and read, and that there's like overstocks of books for what we're going to use in the classrooms, and that's a huge part to Miss Lacey, probably, right? And also to Mr. Shevlin, thank you for what you've done out at Tropico, because from what I've heard from the beginning of the year to now, it seems like we've made a lot of change over there at Tropico. Well, you have. And one thing that really stuck with me when I was talking to Mr. B was, I think everybody should hear this, is he says no matter if he's having a bad day or if he's coming to work and something irritated him or something like that, he's always shows up to work with a smile on his face and makes it seem as if he's happy, because if he's like that, their instructional leaders like that, then everybody else on campus will start to follow suit and be happy and like to come to work and things like that. So that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Adrian, you're up.
Good evening, everybody. Congratulations to the students that showed up on your hard work. Thank you for your presentation. That was very informative, and I think I will go ahead and stop by and check out your show.
Thank you.
I did have the opportunity to kind of get my feet wet and go out to do a tour of Tropico Middle School and speak with Mr. Shevlin, and he's doing some really great work out there, and there's definitely a lot of improvement. So I think good job, congratulations on your hard work. And that's I think I kind of hit everything today.
Okay,
That's it.
thank you. Okay, again, thanks everybody for coming out tonight. Congratulations on our students, on your reclassification. And look forward to seeing you at a time when you're either walking or you're graduating at that point in time. So keep up the good work. One of the things, and go back to you, Mr. Clausen, is that watching Dan here, because he has a system that we bought early, about a year ago or so. Mike's the PA system. The mixer that he got is about like this, and does everything. And yeah, it's up front. And it does everything that the 3 road cases that I had for my audio system that I had bought and purchased and finally sold. I actually went out and bought the same one. I actually have this unit. And I think we need to start using this more in the boardroom just so we can get more familiar with. He is controlling it by an iPad. Everything it does. Anytime you hear the stuff with the audio, you hear a little bit of noise, he's going back to readjust it. I've been watching a lot of folks who have this, and it's really neat and so forth. And the kids are going to enjoy this because if they're like me, when I go to a concert, the first place I go to is the Mix. That's the first place I go, and I got one coming up in April, and I'll be heading to the Mix. But I also know the band members as well. So I want to thank all the teachers and the teachers for doing their good job. But the admin, I do appreciate getting the heads up on things. Mr. Clausen includes your, I saw that came directly from you, and I appreciate that. But the plate's getting full for the rest of the month, and believe me, I will be as many as I can make it. And but keep those the information going. And again, Dwayne mentioned it to Mr. Shevlin, Mr. Heat, you're on target with the zero tolerance policies. Keep those emails out and keep reminding everybody, but it's taking effect and taking a hold. Congratulations, and hopefully we'll have a much better district. We're going with this. Other than that, we'll move on. And comments from the public, do we have any?
None.
None whatsoever, so we'll dispense with the reading. Consent items, A through L.
I make a motion that we do A through L minus J,
Minus
and table it.
Table J.
But I actually had a question before we go
Go
there,
ahead.
I'm really sorry. So for item F, for the live scans license agreement, so my question was the term. So it's 15,000, I saw that between January 9th, 2023 through 2028, so that's what it is for 5 years?
Yes, in addition to other fees that will be associated with, their per roll fee, there's, I believe, $1 a head. But
Of people that actually come for a live scan?
yeah, so
And so is that people, can anybody come? Like, for instance, if people for AYSO want to come and get a live scan, can they come and pay, or it's only staff?
right now the district uses LiveScan for employees and volunteers. And in the past, we've used it for, if they have a form for whatever, instead of, having to, if they're local and don't need to necessarily go to Lancaster, go to Post and Parcel or wherever else that does LiveScan. Our HR department has done those for, without the nominal local fee, but, the cost is just to reimburse us for our fee, so we're not out for, paying, on top of it. Because for DOJ, I want to say it's like $39 a head, but all we're trying to do with the election is keep breaking even so that we don't have additional costs going out, but we're still able to provide the benefit.
I have a motion from Mr. Gutierrez. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Moore. And we're tabling J. All in favor?
Aye.
Second reading and review of September 22 board policies. See support on this game.
Yes, these are the board policies that you saw at the last board meeting. They are back just for a second reading, and I know it takes some time to familiarize yourself with all of these board policies. They will return February 1st as an action item. And there is, if you look at page 92, there's a little sort of a cheat sheet there explaining to you why certain options were selected and what basically the gist of the board policy covers.
Let's be on the next agenda. Move on. Approve resolution number 22-23-11 of the Board of Trustees for the Southern Curry Unified School District, supporting preschool, transitional kindergarten, and full-day kindergarten facilities grant program. Traditional kindergarten, Mr.
So, coming up in February, the state is going to open up applications for 1 month for districts to apply for state facility funds to help fund the modernization and construction projects related to universal pre-K. Previously, we did this with Roseman Elementary last year, and we're awarded a little bit over $2 million to modernize the east side of the campus over there. This resolution will allow the district to go forward and apply on behalf of West Park for the transitional kindergarten program.
I'll make a motion to do the resolution to apply for grants.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next. Approve resolution number 22-23-12, the school board trustees, basically the same thing. Is that correct, Mr.?
Yes, item C is same exact thing with targeting full day kindergarten. So with the application, each, for lack of a better term, grade span, TK, pre-K, and full day kindergarten, each of them need a separate resolution, saying basically the same thing 3 times in a row. So this one would be for the full day kindergarten.
So for the full day, and what about D?
D,
Full day preschool?
same thing, but with preschool.
Okay, go ahead.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't. As I said, we have to learn. All right, we can do it together.
Okay. Is that what you want to make both
I
of
make,
them?
yeah, I make a motion to approve items C and D.
Okay,
I'll second both C and D.
okay. And I'll approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm scared. Oh my gosh.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
It's just okay. Curriculum and instruction. Accept quarterly report, October, November, December 2022 of the Williams Unified complaints under Ed Code 35186. Mrs. Lacy?
This is just to certify that we have had no Williams uniform complaints for the months of October, November, and December.
Okay. Motion from Mr. Moore.
Second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I didn't know board meetings were so exciting.
Neither did I. I'm waiting for that ship to come in. It's a fog home. No comment. Okay. Approved 2021 and 2022 school accountability report card. SARC, Mrs. Lacy.
School accountability report card is a requirement by the CDE that we upload these and provide parents, community, everyone with data from the year previous, so that this time it will be the 21-22 school year. It includes data on enrollment, the CAS scores, how parents can be involved in the school, teacher Williams, like our textbooks, the facilities reports, all kinds of different information that we have to provide parents every year. I would have brought this to you sooner, but we were waiting for the CDE to upload the information. Finally, I just did it myself. So that we we have to post it every year on February 1st, so I'm asking that you approve it tonight, these plans, so that I can get the information out to our parents, and have it posted on our website, the CDE website by February 1.
I'll make a motion that we accept the
Okay,
reports.
do I have a second? Second. By Moore, all in favor? Aye. Business and operations, first content review and reading of the 2022-2023 Comprehensive School Safety Plan. Mr. Irvin.
Given that between all 6 schools, the comprehensive plans are about 200 pages. This first reading is really just the cursory. Please dive into all of these plans so that when we bring it back at the next board meeting and then the subsequent board meeting for approval, that just everything's been fully fleshed and everything. It's a lot of reading, yes, but it's important stuff we have to do every year to go through and make sure that our plans are up to date and make sense and have adequate time, and that we're not passing through a stale document because it was already passed last year, so it all holds up. So next week, or not next week, but the next board meeting, we'll do second reading, and I'll get more detailed information from trustees on changes that you would like to see, or if you have any follow-up questions on anything, so that we can dive down into it for final approval before the March 1st deadline.
Okay, thank you. Let everybody know, the packet of those was that thick. I made a decision, if you want to get even with me later, you may. It should be all electronically, is that was sent to you. And one of the things I am going to ask everybody to consider, and I will ask for it to be on the next board agenda, is we consider getting flash drives with all the backup material rather than, all that copies that we're getting that we, don't always keep on, so forth. So we'll give you a little bit of time to think about it. If you still want to go with the copies, that's fine. But I know, Mario, I'm like you too. I'd rather have the paper in hand, but I can't see the amount of paper that we go through. So I'm making I'm asking for everybody's comments at the next meeting, because technically we can't do anything about it tonight. Okay. Approve Southern Kern Unified School District Voice over IP phone system installation, RFP number 2022-02. RFP approved on December 7th, 2020. Bid award to Capital Electronics Contractors, Inc. Mr. Wexler.
This is a cabling project. Cavallo Electric will run the cables to the classrooms in Rare Earth and Abraham Lincoln in order for us to install the voice over IP phone system and the clock bell paging system. So we believe that this will need to be done over spring break, because they're going to have to do some trenching from the main office to the main switch, which is in Rare Earth Room 4. So it'll be done over spring break. And then we will install the phone system after they've done the cabling.
Okay, thank you. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
More.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, personnel items, Mrs. Hargis?
Yes, this is our list of hires. We do have resignation. We had some step increases thanks to our association agreement that would benefit one of our teachers that we hired. Had more years than we were able to give her at the beginning of the year. So we were happy to be able to do that. And then we also have volunteers.
Okay, do I have a motion?
To make a motion to accept the personnel as written.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second.
Second from Ms. Brandon, all in favor?
Aye.
5 ayes.
I make a motion
Before we, no, just one quickly, I just want to, before we adjourn, ask everyone to please join us for cookies, and I think there's some punch back there, and I'm not sure what else, in celebration of our students who completed their reclassification. So please join us afterward for cookies and punch. Now you can go.
You already did.
Okay.
Second. Got it.
Who's second?
Mario, all in favor?
Aye.
5 ayes.
At
How about 8:00?
Sweet cookies.